The dynamics of human attraction are a fascinating blend of evolutionary biology, subconscious psychology, and unspoken body language. Long before a man musters up the physical courage to articulate his feelings through direct words, his subconscious mind has already betrayed his secrets. The human brain is hardwired to transmit romantic interest through a series of subtle, involuntary behavioral shifts that manifest in everything from physical posture and vocal modulation to microscopic changes in eye movement. However, in the fast-paced nature of modern dating, these powerful behavioral markers are frequently missed, misread, or shrugged off as mere friendliness. Women often find themselves overanalyzing text, response times, or searching for overt, grand gestures of affection, completely bypassing the quiet, consistent breadcrumbs of attraction that a man drops right in front of them every single day. Recognizing these signs requires shifting focus away from what a man says and paying meticulous attention to what his body is naturally doing when he enters your personal space. Understanding the psychology of attraction reveals that men and women communicate interest through vastly different behavioral blueprints. While women often lean heavily on verbal intimacy, emotional vulnerability, and shared confidences, men are predominantly driven by protective, proximity-based, and visual cues. When a man is genuinely captivated by you, his evolutionary instincts, deeply rooted in the ancient drive to protect, provide, and couple, automatically kick into high gear. This biological response triggers the release of neurotransmitters, like dopamine and norepinephrine, which physically alter his behavior, rendering him incapable of hiding his interest from a trained observer. He will seamlessly manipulate his surrounding environment just to exist in your immediate orbit, clear away physical barriers that obstruct his view of you, and instinctively position his body as a protective shield between you and the chaotic outside world. These actions are not calculated tactics. They are primal, involuntary expressions of a desire to bond, establish comfort, and signal exclusivity. The tragedy of modern romance is that these incredibly obvious displays of affection are routinely ignored due to self-doubt, past emotional baggage, or a simple lack of awareness. Many women rationalize a man's intense eye contact as casual looking, his detailed memory of past conversations as a polite habit, or his sudden nervousness around them as general social awkwardness. By dismantling these rationalizations and looking at his behavior through a clear, objective psychological lens, the hidden patterns become impossible to ignore. True romantic interest is never sporadic or entirely hidden. It leaves a consistent, traceable pattern across multiple social interactions. When you learn to decode these physical, auditory, and situational markers, such as the way his voice deepens just for you, the way his eyes track your reactions in a crowded room, or the way his actions match yours through subconscious mirroring, you gain a definitive roadmap to his true feelings. By recognizing these 15 unmistakable signs, you can confidently cut through the confusing noise of casual dating, look past the initial ambiguity, and see exactly where you stand in his heart. Subconscious mirroring of your actions. When a man is deeply attracted to you, his brain's mirror neurons fire automatically, causing him to subtly mimic your body language, gestures, and posture. If you take a sip of your drink, cross your legs, or lean back in your chair, you will likely notice him doing the identical action just moments later. This psychological phenomenon is entirely involuntary and serves as a powerful evolutionary mechanism designed to build rapport, establish a sense of comfort, and signal mutual alignment. He might adopt your specific slang, match the cadence of your speech, or even synchronize his walking pace to yours when strolling together. It is a profound subconscious indicator that he is intensely dialed into your presence and trying to create a harmonious bond with you, effectively reflecting your energy back to you to make you feel safe and deeply connected on an instinctual level. Prolonged eye contact across a room. Eyes are the ultimate window into a person's hidden intentions, and a man who secretly harbors feelings for you will use them constantly. In a crowded social setting, busy party, or hectic workplace, you will frequently catch his gaze locked onto yours from across the entire room. Instead of instantly looking away awkwardly like a stranger might, he will hold your eyes for a prolonged, deliberate beat, often accompanied by a subtle, warm smile that communicates exclusive focus. This intense visual connection is his way of signaling that, despite the surrounding noise and multiple distractions, you are the absolute center of his attention. Even when he is engaged in a completely separate conversation with someone else, his eyes will instinctively drift back to your position, checking to see if you are looking back, validating his presence, or sharing a private, unspoken moment through the crowd. The protective instinct in crowded spaces, a powerful biological trigger for a man who likes you, is the innate urge to shield you from discomfort, chaos, or potential friction. When navigating dense crowds, bustling city streets, or chaotic social venues, this protective instinct manifests in distinct physical maneuvers. You will notice him instinctively placing his body between you and the passing crowd, perhaps gently guiding you by the small of your back or placing a reassuring hand on your shoulder to keep you close. If you are walking along a busy sidewalk, he will naturally position himself on the street side to shield you from traffic. This behavior is rooted in an ancient, psychological drive to keep a desired partner safe from external elements. It demonstrates that your physical well-being, personal comfort, and security are his top priorities, revealing a deep-seated desire to be your ultimate safe harbor. Frequent, unnecessary touch. Physical contact is a major bridge builder in romance, and a man who is attracted to you will constantly find excuses to break the touch barrier. These touch points are never aggressive. Instead, they are gentle, brief, and seemingly accidental, yet highly intentional. He might playfully brush his shoulder against yours while walking, linger just a second too long when handing you an object, or gently tap your arm to emphasize a specific point during a funny story. You might also notice him brushing a stray lock of hair away from your face, or adjusting your coat collar. These unnecessary physical interactions are subconscious, tests to gauge your comfort level and proximity tolerance. By consistently seeking out these brief moments of tactile connection, he is attempting to establish physical intimacy, reduce the platonic distance between you, and signal that he craves a closeness that goes far beyond a standard friendship. Remembering the smallest details you mention, when a man is genuinely invested in you, his brain treats your words like vital data, storing minor details that most casual acquaintances would instantly forget. Weeks after an offhand comment, he might surprise you by bringing up the exact name of your childhood pet, your specific coffee order, or a niche movie you mentioned loving as a kid. He pays meticulous attention because everything concerning your life holds immense value to him. This high-level, active listening shows that he isn't just waiting for his turn to speak. He is actively absorbing your personality, preferences, and history. When he later acts on this information, perhaps buying you that specific snack you mentioned liking, or asking how a stressful meeting went, he is demonstrating that he cares deeply about your world, proving that you occupy a major, permanent space in his daily thoughts, leaning in excessively when you speak. When you are talking, he will naturally eliminate the physical distance between you by leaning his entire upper body in your direction. Even in a noisy room where a normal speaking volume would suffice, he will tilt his head close to yours, focusing entirely on your words. This posture signals deep interest and an eagerness to catch every single syllable you utter. By angling his chest and shoulders toward you, he creates an intimate, private bubble that effectively shuts out the rest of the world. It is a clear physical indicator that your conversation is his absolute priority, and he wants to be as close to your personal space as possible without invading it. Changes in his vocal pitch and tone. Pay close attention to how his voice shifts when he switches from talking to a group to speaking directly to you. Research shows that men unconsciously alter their vocal dynamics around someone they find highly attractive. He may drop his pitch to a lower, deeper, and more resonant tone, which is an evolutionary trait designed to project masculinity, maturity, and confidence. Alternatively, his voice might adopt a softer, gentler, and more soothing quality to convey warmth and comfort. This auditory shift is a strong behavioral marker that he views you differently than everyone else, tailoring his vocal delivery to sound more appealing, comforting, and alluring specifically for your ears. Consistent initiative in keeping the conversation alive. A man who likes you will never let a conversation die out with dry, one-word responses. Whether you are texting or speaking face-to-face, he will actively work to keep the momentum going by asking open-ended questions, sharing detailed stories, and introducing new, engaging topics. If a lull naturally occurs, he will quickly find a way to revive the interaction because he simply does not want the connection to end. You won't find yourself carrying the heavy burden of the dialogue. Instead, his effort will match or exceed yours. This consistent, enthusiastic initiative is proof that he craves your attention and highly values the time he spends interacting with you. 9. He constantly finds reasons to be near you. If a man is attracted to you, proximity is his ultimate goal, and he will manipulate his environment to ensure he is regularly in your orbit. You will notice him choosing the seat directly next to you, or across from you at a dinner table, showing up in the same office break room at the exact time you do, or standing near you in group circles. Even if he has no logical reason to be in your specific section of a room, he will navigate his way there. This constant magnetic pull toward your physical location is rarely coincidental. It is a deliberate, though often subconscious, effort to maximize his chances of interacting with you, a nervous or anxious energy only around you. While he might appear entirely confident, cool, and collected when joking around with his friends, his demeanor will noticeably shift into a slightly anxious state the moment you step into the picture. He might fidget with his clothing, adjust his hair repeatedly, fumble with his phone, or stumble over his words during a conversation. This sudden nervousness occurs because he cares immensely about the impression he is making on you. The high stakes of wanting you to like him back trigger a minor adrenaline rush, causing his hands to sweat, his heart to race, and his naturally smooth composure to briefly falter in your presence. He defends and supports you in group settings. When you are in a crowd, his loyalty will instinctively skew in your direction. If someone makes a joke at your expense, interrupts you, or challenges your opinion, he will be the very first person to step in, validate your point, or redirect the focus back to you. He acts as your unspoken ally, ensuring that your voice is heard and respected by those around you. This protective social behavior shows that he is fiercely supportive of you and cares deeply about your comfort and status within the group, establishing a clear public boundary that he has your back no matter what, removing physical barriers between you both. During an interaction, a man who likes you will subtly and unconsciously clear the physical space separating the two of you. If there is a pillow on the couch, a coffee mug on the table, or a purse sitting between you, he will move these objects to the side to create an open, unobstructed pathway. This behavioral marker signifies a desire for emotional and physical accessibility. By removing these minor obstacles, he is eliminating anything that could block the flow of connection, signaling that he wants a completely open, intimate space where nothing stands between you. Pupil dilation and frequent smiling during interaction. The human body has involuntary, physical responses to attraction that are impossible to fake. When he looks at you, his pupils will often dilate significantly, a physiological reaction triggered by the brain's release of dopamine when seeing something highly desirable. Alongside this, you will notice an abundance of genuine, unforced smiles that reach all the way to his eyes, lighting up his face the moment you speak or look his way. Even if the topic of conversation isn't particularly humorous, his constant smiling reveals an underlying, radiant happiness just from being in your presence. Seeking your approval or reaction first. Watch his behavior closely whenever he tells a joke, shares an accomplishment, or makes a witty comment in a group setting. The very first thing he will do is glance over at you to see if you are laughing, smiling, or nodding along. Your reaction matters more to him than the collective response of the entire room. He is actively seeking your validation, using your feedback as the ultimate gauge of his success. By prioritizing your approval above anyone else's, he is loudly signaling that your opinion of him is the only one that truly holds weight. He notices and compliments subtle changes in your appearance. While most casual observers might miss a slight trim to your hair, a new shade of nail polish, or a unique pair of earrings, a man who is secretly infatuated with you will spot it instantly. Because he studies your appearance with immense detail, any deviation from your usual look stands out to him immediately. When he points these changes out and offers a specific, genuine compliment, it proves that he doesn't just look at you, he truly sees you, paying an intense level of attention that is reserved exclusively for someone he highly admires.